Oregon. I work for Avaz.org, and Avaz is a global campaigning organization. So we have members, we have 10 million members spread out over every single country in the world, and we work on campaigns to close the gap between the world that we have and the world that most people everywhere want. Which means we take on a wide range of issues, from corruption to sex trafficking to climate change to good government. And we see the protest that sprung up here at Wall Street as a shining ray of hope in what is now a global movement to push back against the concept that governments are run for the wealthiest and the elites. We've seen that happen in Tripoli and Cairo and in Athens and in Italy and Jerusalem, and now in New York. We have people taking to the streets to really push back at a very broad level around all the things that are wrong with our democracies and all the things we want to change. And so what we have here is we asked our members all around the world 2 weeks ago to sign a petition supporting the Wall Street occupation and movements for democracy everywhere. And we set up our counter here at Wall Street along with an LCD screen to show people here at Wall Street how many people have signed this petition in support. We're at 748,000, and you can see this going up in real time. It'll tick up every few seconds. And after the people sign the petition from all over the world, they're writing comments to the people at Wall Street, which they can read on the screen. So just now, Evelyn from Canada says, "You inspire me, thank you." And just before then, Tim Norwood from South Africa says, "Well done to every single one of you who are participating in this." And those comments are scrolling past. And then, on top of that, what we have here is a live video feed that is showing our members all around the world how their voices are being heard here in Wall Street. And they're sharing that, and the whole thing is building pretty quickly. This is a site that we've built from scratch, so avaz.org, avaaz.org, is our organization, and it's set up to run campaigns. So we do petitions, we do live comment tools, we can set up tools where people can make phone calls to their foreign ministers or their president's offices. And so it's all custom built. We spread, we grow through Facebook, through email, through Twitter, asking members to share, but primarily we are asking people to come to our site and leave comments and interact with it. I would say Avaz got involved in this movement it would have been early February when you had thousands of people camping in Tahrir Square in Cairo. And we asked our members around the world to sign a petition supporting them in solidarity with their movement for change in Cairo. And 500,000 people signed that petition. And we had word from Cairo that that was really well received. And so after that, we actually launched a fundraiser where we asked our members to donate to equipment to break the blackout. We saw the biggest need for the revolutions in the Middle East as being able to ensure that their stories and the police crackdowns and the movements could actually reach the world. What you had in Egypt was an attempt to shut off all communications. They shut off the internet, they shut off the cell phone companies, and tried to clear the square. And we said, we're not going to let that happen anywhere. Anywhere there is a demonstration going on, we're going to provide satellite communications, train people, citizen journalists to upload video, in real time and feed it to the BBC. So we had 25,000 people donate money. We sent satellite modems, satellite phones into Syria, into Yemen, into Libya, and other places where we haven't actually had uprisings, but we want to be ready. And in Syria, for example, we have a network of citizen journalists that provide content to the world. And that allows us to then do more campaigns. We've asked our membership to pressure European countries to implement oil sanctions on the Syrian regime. We've run big petitions in Italy and the Netherlands and one or two other European countries that are the main importers. Those sanctions actually passed starting in November. European countries will not be importing any oil from Syria and not giving any money to the Assad regime. So we've been supporting this movement in a larger sense since January. We see this as an incredibly important part of building the world that we want. we looked around for the tools that were out there that would allow us to do global campaigning in 14 languages the way we wanted to do it, and there wasn't a single tool on the shelf. So we built our entire system from scratch. And we've looked to a lot of the best practices, and we incorporate some Facebook sharing, obviously, and Twitter sharing. But most of our site is structured around a very singular mission, which is amplifying members' voices to decision makers or to events like this. Avaz started 5 years ago. It was started as a global organization, so we launched in I think 7 or 8 languages around the world. We are entirely funded by member donations. As of 2 years ago, we stopped accepting any foundation money. We've never accepted corporate money or government money. And so our core funding comes from 10,000 members who have regular monthly donations. We call them sustainers. And sometimes they're only $5 a month. But that automatic payment allows us to fund a professional team around the world. We have staff in 13 countries, and we only have about 40 staff, so we are very spread out. We have a virtual office. Our headquarters is in New York, but that's a fairly nominal detail for an organization like ours. Yeah, we're here to provide support for the movement, and our video and petition counter here is one facet of a few projects that we have working with the Occupy Wall Street organization, and to help them grow and sustain this, because this is a ray of hope for our dreams of what democracy could be, and what people all around the world are really looking to the U.S. To change into in terms of a better government.
Cheers.